Welcome to another episode of Morning Meds, FamilyFamily.com's devotional spot for males to meditate on Yahweh's word for good success. And we know that good success is defined in Joshua 1 verse 8. We continue to be grateful for your prolonged attention in this march through the scriptures. And today we're looking on the title, The Life of Truth. And again, we're talking about the general topic of truth. And we're looking at this from Proverbs 14, verses 22 to 29. Yesterday, we went through the discussion on the cause of truth, and we looked at this from Psalm 47, 1 to 7. And we understand that truth is given to us as humans or mortals so that we can defeat the lies of the adversary. We know one of the big things that the devil did to begin this world, to introduce darkness into the world, was lying to Eve. And that lie, she was not able to overcome the lie of the devil with the truth of God. So we looked a little bit about the cause of truth. Today we're looking at the life of truth. So let's jump right into Proverbs 14, verses 22 to 29 from the Good News Translation. We hope your day is going great today. You will earn the trust and the respect of others if you work for good. If you work for evil, you're making a mistake. Work and you will earn a living. If you sit around talking, you will be poor. Wise people are rewarded with wealth, but fools are known by their foolishness. A witness saves lives when he tells the truth. When he tells lies, he betrays people. Reverence for the Lord gives confidence and security to a man and his family. And verse 27 says, do you want to avoid death? Reverence for the Lord is a fountain of life. So, I think we have two more verses, my bad. Verse 28 says, a king's greatness depends on how many people he rules. Without them, he is nothing. And then verse 29 says, if you stay calm, you are wise. But if you have a hot temper, you only show how stupid you are. So verse 22 here, we're talking about the life of truth. How does the life of truth look like? So verse 22, it says it's a mistake to plan evil, but those who are strategic and plan good receive kindness and certainty or establishment or truth. In the same way we planned evil in our Antichrist lives, we should be more intense and deliberate for Christ. There is a link between faith and truth. We have truth when our lives are erected. We have faith when our lives are erected on the truth. The word is truth, and is like the rock on which a wise man builds his house or his life. And that's a New Testament parable that Jesus taught. The life of truth is a strategic and confident life. Verse 23 of Proverbs 14 says, it moves from planning to action. Now, my earthly dad often said there is a time for market research and a time for marketing. It's foolish to always do research and no marketing. Talk is only useful where it equips one to accomplish something. Verse 24. This says, the mark of a wise man's authority is their wealth. Wisdom must manifest materially. An unwise person, that is someone who doesn't fear Yahweh, excels in and manifests stupidity. Verse 25 says that someone who vouches or stands in support of truth frees people and promotes liberty and freedom, whereas a false witness promotes lies and slavery. Truth rescues souls. A mark of a true believer is whether they rescue souls. Verse 26 reveals that through living in reverence and awe, wonder, intense amazement of Yahweh, there is invincible security. now, which also applies for our descendants and future generations. Living in reverence to Yahweh is one of the most responsible legacies we can leave for our children. Then in verse 27, the intense respect of Yahweh provides a fertile environment which reverses death, tragedy, ruin, pestilence, destruction, and hell. Many intergenerational curses, if you call it that, are broken simply through someone fearing Christ now. We're saying that we can bring an end to what many of us call intergenerational curses, where what people call this some kind of karma. People say that you are suffering for the sins of your great-grandfather or something like that. But what we're saying is that if something like that really exists, this psalmist believes that you can break intergenerational curses by currently fearing Christ. You can bring an end to that by you taking a stand against that curse by believing and fearing Christ, believing Christ and fearing him, living in respect of him. In verse 28, the quality of a leader is seen in the prosperity and abundance of his subjects. A leader will have a successful reign when his subjects are also prosperous. A leader's reign, which a leader here can include you as a family leader, that reign will be ruined if your subjects have lack and are destitute or in need. Even though we can abase and abound, all lack is demonic. In verse 29, an understanding, considerate, discerning, skillful person manages passion and wrath, and a stupid man lets passion manage him. And we've seen recent examples of that in a very popular award ceremony in Hollywood. A short temper shows bad judgment. So the life of truth is 1. Confident. 2. Strategic. 3. Practical. 4. Liberty promoting. 5. Secures descendants through fearing Yahweh, not just as an insurance policy or a business. 6. Nurtures life. 7. The life of truth promotes abundance for those we lead. And 8. The life of truth manages passion.